Hello everybody, Davis Wallington here with Royal LePage Little Oak, and we have a fantastic interview today. We are sitting down with Little Oak's, one of Little Oak's newest agents, Kanwar. So Kanwar, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me here today. And my name is Kanwar Randhawa. So before joining in real estate, I finished my graduation from Khalsa College, Amritsar, back from home from India. And then I came to Canada in 2014.
Is that a pretty big college? Do a lot of people go there?
It is. It's a historical college in India. So one of the best educational institute in India right now.
Wow.
So I finished my graduation in horticulture. And then I came to Canada.
Horticulture, wow.
Yes,
that's cool.
Like totally different field.
Yeah.
And then I came to KPU Langley, and I did my course in greenhouse and nursery management.
So sort of similar to horticulture.
Yeah, it is the same thing. Yes, almost the same thing you can say. And then after graduating from KPU, I started working in the greenhouse sector. You know the greenhouses, right?
No, explain it to me. I don't know anything about greenhouse stuff.
So greenhouses are like those are the glass houses.
Okay.
And where you grow vegetables and flowers in a controlled environment.
So with regards to a greenhouse, like what is the point of a greenhouse? Like, is it for people that may be running out of food for like commercial purposes, or is it mainly for residential? Like, what is it for, a greenhouse?
In the greenhouse, you can grow vegetables year long. So because it is a controlled climate. So like I was in bell peppers greenhouse. So I was growing bell peppers for 4 years. So and from very first month, from January, and in March you start picking all the way to November, December.
Is it difficult, laborsome?
It's hard, it's hot. Some people don't like it to work in the greenhouse.
I would hate it,
yeah. Because for me it was fun because my background was agriculture. My father is a farmer.
Wow.
So I was doing farming back home in India. And my education was in agriculture, so it was not that hard for me. And I loved doing that. But like after spending 4 years, I moved back to India. So I was thinking I will never come back to Canada again.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Just because of your time?
I don't know, I had the thing inside that I want to move back to India to stay with my family. My father is there, and so that's why but after a few years I thought maybe my wife and we discussed about it. We need to go back.
So
because of kids, you can say.
Yeah. So you and your wife moved here together?
Yes.
And then did you have kids at the time or no?
No.
Okay, and then so you moved back to India, you were there for a little bit and you decided you wanted
When we were in India, we had 2 kids. So we brought them here and now they go to school. They're little ones.
Gotcha.
And so when I came back in 2022, so I was not sure if I was going to go in the greenhouse sector again.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of hectic. I want to give more time to kids now. And so I always wanted to be a realtor from a long time.
Yeah.
But I was not sure how.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, it's very difficult when you have so much experience in one thing and then trying to start a whole new career in something else when you have so much experience in one thing can be challenging. But you said you always wanted to be a realtor, so why was that?
I wanted to be, I don't know why, but I wanted to be a part of real estate somehow. So there was a thing in me that I want to be in real estate industry.
Gotcha.
And then I researched when I came back, and I find out that my brother, he's a lawyer here. So, and we discussed, and so I find out that I want to study for real estate. So I started studying with UBC.
So you actually took a course?
Yes, I took a course from UBC, and then I finally got my license last year. So
how long did it take you, the whole process, to get your license?
Because during that time I was driving Uber.
Yeah.
You
got to subsidy.
Yes, you need something. Yeah. And I was driving Uber, and I was going to the classes, taking online classes, going to in-class classes too. And it was a struggling time, but finally I got my license.
Nice.
So
there you go.
I'm really happy.
And did you take the exam once?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
I passed my exam. Luckily, I passed my exam first time.
Yeah.
So I know many people, they struggle to do exam 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You need to be very focused when you are giving exam. So I think I was not working full time when I was studying for the real estate.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason I passed my exam.
Yeah.
So.
And do you think the course that you took to prepare you for the exam helped, or was it mainly your self-motivation to pass that was the main part?
It was when you change your field completely, you know that you are choosing some different thing. You start to learn about that, and you are completely dedicated to do that thing. So that was the thing. I need to do it. Even the instructor, I was one of the instructor. His name is Ken. He helped me, study for the exam. And I told him, I'm not going to see your face again because I will pass this exam first time.
As motivation.
So,
nice.
Yes. So
yeah, it's funny. My nephew, even myself, actually, I failed the exam the first time, and I think that in a lot of industries, when you fail at something, it really tests how bad you want it. So it's amazing that you passed though, but I hear a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I failed a couple of times, I don't know if it's for me. And I'm like, no, that's just testing you how bad you want it. And I remember when I failed, I said to myself, okay, the mortgage finance stuff I need to get so much better at. Hired a woman with her PhD in mathematics. She taught me a bunch of shortcuts, and then I got 95% on the next test. So I mean, good for you passing the first time. You must be a pretty clever guy.
Yeah, but like after that there was applied courses.
Yeah.
That was like, I hate it.
That was the more challenging
I don't know if
part.
I'm allowed to talk about it on camera, but
It's just the experience.
that experience was not really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that have some, I wouldn't say issues, but they have some difficulties getting through like the applied practice course, and then even some of the questions and stuff like that, going back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, my recent experience was helping my nephew because he did pass the second time. So yeah, there was a bunch of weird things that I had to help him out with. But so now that you are licensed, you've obviously been at Little Oak for a while, you have a listing. Let's go back a little bit. So what made you decide to choose Little Oak? Like, what was your process for trying to decide on a brokerage?
Yeah, for me, honestly, like I was totally confused at first. So which brokerage to choose from? Yeah. I talked to so many people. I talked to my cousin who is a lawyer here, and he do real estate law too.
Yeah.
And he suggested few, but wherever I used to go, it didn't feel like I belong here. And then I finally met Ray. So Ray was the main reason I joined Little Oak. And other than that, the office environment was really friendly. Everybody here was really always happy to help.
Yeah.
Alistair, Celine, Andrew, David, everybody is so nice, including you. You are always ready to help. Yeah. So, overall, the process it took me 2 months to figure out. Luckily, I find the right place.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So, for people that are just getting their real estate license, if there's something that you could have done differently, or even advice that you could give to them, what is something, or even a couple of things that you could say, hey, try to focus on this when you're getting into the industry, or save up money? Like, what are some things that you could give advice to these people?
So I think before even they start thinking about writing an exam, networking is the key. Start meeting new people, start meeting your family, friends, and I'm sure they will, when you get licensed, they will help you.
Yeah, for sure.
They will help you to refer you to someone, to their friends, their families. But networking is the key. So start meeting people. So that's the only thing, if you start thinking to get into the real estate.
Yeah, that's good advice for sure. And then so now that you have your own listing, how are you finding the process of selling the home? Is it more difficult than you thought? Is it sort of what you expected because your cousin works in real estate law? Like, what has this process been like listing your first listing?
Yeah, it definitely it was a very a different feeling for me. Even we studied in that course, but when you come do practically, it's totally different, right?
Yeah.
So you get confused. Even you have the whole checklist how to do it. Still, you need to ask everybody, am I doing right or not? And but here we have a Celine in our office, so she helped me through the whole process. And with the Little Oak University, we get the list of the things which we can do, step-by-step guide how to do it. So it was definitely difficult, but Alistair helped me a lot to go through this whole process.
Yeah.
now I know it. I know I will be doing it much easily to the next transaction for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting when you get into somebody in my position now where I can look back, and when I speak to new agents, sometimes the frustrating thing is a lot of people, even myself, like, you don't know what you don't know. And so for a lot of new agents that get into the industry, they don't realize the importance of contract law. And so as realtors, our job isn't to find the best priced property or the nicest property for a client. Our job is to draft an enforceable contract that is super tight.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that. So the fact that you're here going through the Little Oak University, the fact that you're utilizing resources at your fingertips is something that's going to put you ahead of the game so much. And so the other thing too I find is so many people focus so much on like, okay, well, is the brokerage going to give me leads, or how expensive is the brokerage? And it's just like, you're asking all the wrong questions.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all on you.
yeah.
It's all on
So
you.
good for you, even picking things up. Like, we've seen new agents come into the industry, and you've really come into your own. You're learning super fast compared to other people. And I mean, you may look back on this 20 years from now, this interview, and be like, wow, such a new realtor. And now I'm running my own brokerage. So good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So one of the other questions that I wanted to ask you is, where do you see Kanwar in the next 3, 5, or 10 years?
Yeah, I think for me, you will see me in coming 5-10 years helping people buying, selling, or investing in real estate. You know, the main reason is I already switched so many professions, so now I don't want to do it. So real estate is the only thing which I will be doing in coming 5-10 years. Right now I'm doing only residential real estate, but I hope in coming year I will start doing commercial real estate more as well. Yeah. Thank you.
So I just want to say thanks again to Kanwar for sitting down, having this quick interview. It's not always easy getting in front of a camera, being vulnerable, sharing your experiences. So Kanwar, thank you so much. And until next time, thanks again.
Thank you.